let me pull up the description again for you. But this one, everyone should know. Was it 1998?
I had never seen this movie.
I have only seen it like broken up. I have the stuff right here for you.
Okay, Netflix actually gave it a 4 out of 5 for me.
That movie is Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues. Netflix thought that I would give that a 4 out of 5.
And Netflix thought I would rate it a 3 out of 5.
And so, description of Varsity Blues. When the Coyotes' star quarterback is injured, second stringer Jonathan Moxon is thrust into the spotlight. Yet Moxon is more interested in academics.
In America, we have laws. And it's just accepted that as a member of American society, you will live by these laws. In West Canaan, Texas, there is another society which has its own laws.
We woke up in the Twilight Zone. West Canaan, sex and football. That's all there is.
Hey, Mark, let's roll!
Woo! Lance, can I have your autograph? Right here?
I tell you, these players are just running around lawless.
Oh, my boy's too much trouble for you.
Oh, no, Coach. What the hell are you doing?
Changing. Oh, come on, I'm wearing underwear. Does it really bother you?
I can handle it.
Tell me this insanity's over in a few weeks.
5 more games, no more football, no more Kilmer, and if I get into Brown, no more West Canaan.
Woo! Yeah!
Come on, keep your shirt on, Billy Bob.
It's a strip club, man. I'm here to work.
Isn't this better than football?
This is better than anything.
We do things around here my way. You're going to be second string all your life, boy. This game is 48 minutes for the next 48 years of your life.
The hell with Kilmer.
This is your opportunity.
For you, playing football at West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime. But I don't want your life.
You disobey me, and I will bury you. I know about your scholarship to Brown.
Only way we're going back out in the fields without you. Kilmer said 48 minutes for the next 48 years of our lives. I say we go out there and we'll leave it all out on the field. We got the rest of our lives to be mediocre, but we have the opportunity to play like gods. Let's be heroes.
Okay, so for a little background on this movie, I just mentioned I saw it kind of once when I was a little kid. Chad's never seen this. Never. He's only seen Not Another Teen Movie.
I've only seen Not Another Teen Movie, and apparently
it's shot for shot.
You could have seen Not Another Teen Movie and watched this movie already. It was so amazing. Yeah. I was so happy.
Yeah. So it's starring James Van Der Beek of Dawson's Creek.
Yes.
Steve Kahn, John Voight.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Paul Walker.
Ali
Larder.
Yeah.
Some random chick that I've seen in some other movies. And the same guy that plays Bubba Ray in Not Another Teen Movie plays Billy Bob in Varsity Blues. Exact same role.
Yeah.
Concussions and all.
Like, he played... Varsity Blues came first. And they're like, who are we gonna cast in the parody?
He's the only one to cast.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Oh my god, I love this movie.
Yeah. Did you started off?
Okay.
You have more love for this movie than I did.
So it starts off just small Texas town. Football's obviously really important because what else do you do in Texas?
Yeah.
So high school football team with Billy Bob instead of Billy Ray or Bubba Ray. Actually, I'm gonna describe this in Not Another Teen Movie way. So you got Captain America's character is
that's gonna make it way more confusing.
Okay.
Paul Walker is the star
quarterback. Yeah.
James Van Der
Beek is the backup, who's really interested in books. Apparently, like he reads books on the sidelines while he should be looking at the playbook.
Because it's fucking Texas.
Yeah, it's Texas. The coach don't play that shit. Coach threw his motherfucking book. But
I like that. It was after practice was over, too. And he's like,
he was like, hope you enjoyed reading that shit in practice because you ain't reading it now. Through that shit.
But coach, we're about to go to practice.
You didn't know it's 2-a-days today, son. You get one. But okay. So obviously they're pretty popular. Vanderbeek's pretty cool to be a backup quarterback. People seem to, fuck with him. But after Billy Bob, I keep wanting to call him Bubba Ray, but after Billy Bob gets his first concussion, the head coach is having none of that. Tells him he's playing no matter what because they got to make state or divisions. And so this leads to a chain of events that ultimately ends up with James Vanderbeek becoming the starting quarterback. Because Billy Bob is injured. He can't even see. He tips over on the offensive line. Boom. Paul Walker just gets clubbed.
Yeah.
Done.
And they don't give a fuck about
Nobody gives a fuck. They cry for 2 seconds.
Well, to begin, Billy Bob, yeah. Billy Bob gets a concussion in the previous game, right? Or earlier in the game?
He got it in that first game we see him in.
Yeah, and then, the school doesn't give a shit about concussions.
It was a bitch and block, though.
Yeah. They don't give a shit about concussions. They're more aware of it than the NFL currently is. Yeah. And this movie's in 99.
But they neglect it so much.
They neglect it as bad.
The questioning they gave him, how many fingers am I holding up? He was holding up 2. He says 3. They're like, no. It's got to be true or false. Is this guy holding up fingers, true or false? He's like, true? He's like, yeah, he's fine.
He's fine. Let's put him as a... And he's offensive line, too, which is
the worst. That's like playing with 4 offensive linemen.
Yeah, it's like the dude protecting your star is fucked up, and you're going to risk putting him out there.
Yeah, and they still winning games somehow.
And Billy Bob's in, fucked up shape. Not even, fucked up football shape. He's in just fucked up shape. Yeah. To where it's just like, dude...
He's getting dizzy in school, passing out. I thought he was going to pass out on that strip club.
Which is very later in the movie. But, so they put Moxon in, and he's a... So, before they put Moxon in, you see Moxon's life where he's just, made fun out of by, the parents and stuff.
He gets no shit from students. Only the parents give him shit. That's Texas football, I guess.
Yeah,
though.
All the football players are cool with him.
Taught me anything.
Yeah, all the football players and student body are cool with him, but the coaches and the parents are like, "Ha, fuck you, you're second string. You're never gonna do shit.
Throw this football at this can on my head."
Yeah. The fathers are constantly competing between them. But when he finally gets in the game, he does 2 plays. They win the game.
Yeah.
And
bitching plays too, where one of them he kept it himself and just scored.
And by scoring a touchdown and winning his first game,
the first 2 plays,
first 2 plays, he becomes a god, and people are like, "Paul Walker, who?"
Yeah, this kid just got carted off 2 minutes ago, and now everybody's just signs that say "No crying allowed."
Yeah, there's a sign that says "No crying allowed."
His girlfriend, the head cheerleader, Ollie Larder, is just she leaves the hospital with Moxon.
Yeah,
and
after the game,
tries to just throw it at him instantly,
and instantly
no tears.
I'm gonna strip now in your car.
That school really goes by the motto, no crying.
Yeah.
Just through and through. Except Billy Bob, he cries, but he's the man.
So this is where I feel like the Netflix description kind of lied to us, where it kind of made it seem like Moxon was all about his education.
Yeah, they never show him do anything other than that reading the book once.
Yeah, he reads a book once in the beginning
and gets accepted to an Ivy League college.
Yeah, and that's all they really show, and he just becomes a star quarterback and fucking loves it.
The coach mentioned it once when he was like, "You're the dumbest smart kid I know."
Yeah, that's all the struggle of this kid that it made it sound like he wanted to leave football for education, and that's not really the case because he absolutely loves when he's the star quarterback, and the town just worships him.
He battles with it, but at the same time, as an 18-year-old becoming the starting quarterback on a Texas high school football team, you are a god, and they even refer to him like that. She's like, "How you like being a god now?"
Yeah. So basically, when he becomes a star, they start winning some games, and you see all the debauchery that comes along with that because they're fucking.
And they're blowing these teams out.
Yeah. Not because they weren't doing that before.
No.
The score in the first game was 21-7, and then he plays it's 66-7.
This kid has outscored every team he's ever played.
Yeah, and so he's just living life. They're fucking partying. He's cheating on his girlfriend, kinda.
like half-ass cheating to the point where it's like getting busted's getting busted at this point, bro.
Yeah, and like they're stealing cop cars. The town doesn't care. They're going to strip clubs. The town doesn't care.
Yeah.
Their sex ed teacher is a stripper, and that's like a funny scene.
The second you see the sex ed teacher, I'm just like, man, I feel like this teacher's a stripper.
Yeah.
Then after his first game, she just pulls up in a Mustang, congratulating
Yeah, and then we looked at each other and we're like, she's a stripper.
She's a stripper.
Yeah, and then we get to the strip club scene, and she's a stripper.
She's a stripper, and just throwing it out there. When she notices that the kid, because these Texas high school football players just have all the privileges. They get free beer, shots, and entry into a strip club.
Yeah.
In which they stay there till 7 o'clock on presumably a Friday.
Yeah, because it was game day.
Yeah.
Friday
Night Lights.
Like at first she's like, "Oh no, they see me," but then she gets like into it.
She got really into it.
I think she knew in her head like, "I got these boys wrapped around my finger now."
Yeah. Now that they've seen my titties, they'll never disrupt me.
So the strip club is the football team at their high, and then it leads to their low because they get fucked up, and they go to a game that night.
I couldn't have played in that condition. I couldn't have played PlayStation 4 in that condition. They wouldn't play football.
Yeah, and they get wrecked. And the town just looks at them like they're a disappointment for a little bit.
Yeah. And this is really big because, like we said earlier, the head coach is kind of a dick.
No, he's a dick.
Yeah,
I don't think he said kind of. He is a dick.
Dick might even be light, but...
He's a piece of shit asshole bastard.
Yeah, he's a terrible person. That's how I described it when we were watching this. He is a literal terrible person. He hates education, apparently. He drugs up these students with shots to make sure they can keep playing.
Yeah, you find out that Paul Walker's character... Will you see him get the cortisone shot?
Yeah, and they never close the door until someone sees them giving the shot.
Yeah. So, yeah, you just see that, and he's not afraid to blackmail students. Yeah. And then also, he's also kind of racist because he refuses to, like, endorse, like, his black players for college.
He uses the black player to run clock and get yards, but the second that they get in the end zone, he doesn't give that kid the ball at all. Yeah,
he gives it to, like, the white wide receiver or have the running back run it in or whatever.
Which probably would explain why Paul Walker's knee was fucked up.
Yeah, because he had to always run it in once it got within 20 yards.
Yeah.
So the coach is a piece of shit.
This coach is horrible.
Yeah.
Like, horrible person, horrible coach.
Yeah. And the town just, like, lets them run away with it. Because, as you see, he's got, like, he's a dynasty.
He's got ultimate power. These kids, one of his wide receivers they're drinking at a party. The cops come.
Just make sure they're not driving.
Yeah.
Not to bust the party.
Yeah, you guys are cool. You can drink. We don't want you drinking and driving. But they give this kid a lot of shit. Because apparently he's the dickhead of the team. And so...
This is Scott Cahn's character.
Yeah, Scott Cahn. He decides to just say, I'll hand you my beers, I'll leave the party. They're like, yeah, you go home now. And he goes and just steals the police car and drives off, enjoys a night on the town, picking up fine women.
And making them, throwing their clothes out the window.
Yeah, he gets out the car naked, which me and Cwick figured.
Like, that's like, we've seen this dude's ass and a cowboy hat covering himself probably in like 3 movies by now.
At least 3 movies. We were kind of naming them.
Yeah. Ready to Rumble.
Varsity Blues.
And
I really feel like it happened in
Ocean's 11, you said? Or
another
movie?
Either I think Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It's a weird detail tangent we're going on.
But
yeah, no, he
no
basically
one
plays
character should be known for wearing a cowboy hat on his dick notoriously.
Yeah. But yeah, no, and so after they have their horrible game, after they have their horrible game, apparently Billy Bob is now cool with his concussions. He got like
I don't know how he got over it.
So after the game, the coach is like, fuck you, Billy Bob, get the fuck out of my thing. You're the reason Paul Walker's knee is fucked up.
Yeah, because dude was mad. Billy Bob sitting there crying because the coach is just going in, just straight up abusing these kids verbally. Yeah,
and so he kicks Billy Bob out. James Vanderbeek finds Billy Bob shooting trophies in the parking lot, or on the field.
On the field. With his truck.
So they get friendly, and I guess at one point he's like, hey, you should get a CAT scan.
Yeah.
And then, like, the next day...
he comes in, they scanned my cat.
Yeah.
Dude, the Texas hick play in this movie
is great.
It's hilarious to me. I don't know people from Texas, but
I hope you act like this.
From what TV has shown me and this movie,
I hope you act like this, but a little less racist.
Yeah.
or not racist. Yeah, or not racist at all. Maybe not a little. Just don't be racist.
Yeah, just don't cut it down. Cut it out.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to. When I hear a Texan, I want to go, "Oh." I don't want to be like, "Oh, that was kind of racist."
Ooh, man.
Yeah. Did you really have to say that about
Hitting
them?
below the belt there.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Okay, yeah.
Right.
Billy got his cat scanned. And apparently he's fine, which makes no sense.
Makes no sense. None.
He was really fucked up the entire movie, passing out in class,
throwing up, and he's just drinking every night too, hard.
I almost feel like the director didn't know what a CAT scan meant, and thought it was something that fixed concussions.
What made me feel better about it, I just told myself, like, maybe they were just like, fuck it, the team needs him. Because Coach had a lot of power. It was the point, with the still in the police car. The police officers are talking about it in a bar, and the coach is there. And the second they notice Coach, she's like, "You got a problem with my players?" They're like, "Nah, Coach, they'll be there for game day." Just like, damn, okay.
Yeah. So then,
I wonder would they have done that for the black running back? Coach would have been like, "Fuck it, we got others."
But the black running backs had some. I think the black running back was really fucking good.
He was really good.
So I could totally see the coach being like, "Get his ass after the season."
Yeah.
Because we need him to run between the 20-yard line and the 20-yard line.
From 1 to 20.
Oh, yeah, from 1 to 20. We need him for 80 yards a run.
He don't touch that ball in the end zone. Yeah. He said he had to run for over 20 yards just to get any touchdowns.
Yeah.
Which apparently was 3. But he ran for 1,300 yards in high school. That's pretty bitching.
Yeah. So we finally get to their final game of the season. And it's a hard-fought game. We get some montages and shit.
Oh man, this movie has sweet montages.
There's like 3 montages that are really good.
Great 90s rock.
Yeah. Well, AC/DC for when they're doing shitty. They do a reverse montage for the shitty game. Then you get
I don't know.
The Kids Aren't All Right or whatever. You
get
songs
that I don't know by name.
You get an Offspring song. Do you get a Foo Fighters song?
You get that hero song.
Yeah, Foo Fighters, yeah.
There goes my hero.
Yeah. So you get like 3 songs that are really good for montages. They get the halftime. It's a tight game. The black running back hurts his knee.
Yeah, the black running back hurt his knee like in the second quarter, so they just take a knee and take it to halftime down by 7.
So when they're in the locker room, they're going to give the black running back a shot to the knee to force him to play the game. And the whole team's like, no, that's why Paul Walker's fucked up.
Yeah. And the coach just basically calls them all pussies. Like, you guys don't know what it's like to put yourselves on the line for this game. And then Paul Walker walks in like, but I do.
Yeah. And he ends up trying to choke James Van Der Beek's character.
He literally chokes James Van Der Beek's character as a head coach.
And then he gets up, and then he's like, okay, guys, now let's rally.
And the team was having none of that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they banished him or what, but...
No, he was like, no, we're gonna fucking rally. We're gonna fucking kill them. Let's go out there and kill him. And then he goes out there, and then he just stands in a hallway quietly by himself. And then he's just like, they're not coming. Yeah. And then he just walks off.
He just walks away. Like, he's never even on the sideline again. I don't know where he went.
Yeah, so the team basically, like, he knows he lost the team. Yeah. So the team basically are like, fuck it, we're gonna play for ourselves.
We got Paul Walker as head coach now.
Yeah. And
we're
Paul Walker...
go fast and furious.
Yeah, that's really shitty of you.
No, that's it. Fast and Furious. That was like not Fast 7. Yeah, or Furious. I don't know.
This we think it might be a prequel to Fast and Furious.
This is the second week we've talked about a dip. I'm sorry. I promise not to make this a trend.
Well, we don't know what we're gonna roll in the 3rd week. Okay.
Yeah, probably. Who knows? Yeah.
So long story short, they rally. They win. Montage. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that is really it.
They montage. They win.
Dude gets back with his girlfriend. Van Der Beek gets back with his girlfriend that he borderline cheated on.
Yeah, this is a pretty light movie. It was
such a pleasant change from Mansfield Park. I watched that in Varsity Blues today. So
yeah, and I watched Northern Borders yesterday, Mansfield Park day before. Both on days before I had to go to work. So I was going to work really like depressed, not depressed, but like really like
definitely a down tone.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here sick. That's probably why I'm still sick, because I knew I had to watch Mansfield Park, and then when I did, I was like, holy shit, like, why did this happen to me? Why did you roll that all flicks? Damn you.
Yeah. So what would you rate Varsity Blues?
Man, I give Varsity Blues a 5. I was leaning towards 4.5, but the Not Another Teen movie it really sat well with me. If I had seen this before Not Another Teen movie, probably a 4. But seeing that and having seen Not Another Teen movie first, this movie was fucking amazing, and I give it a 5.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 4.
Okay.
Netflix recommended a 3.
I give plenty of movies 5s on my Netflix though.
Yeah,
like, why are you giving that a 5?
Because you want them to recommend more of that more often. Yeah. I tend to be a little more strict with mine, which is why you get a lot of half stars with mine, or quarter stars, or like just like a little shade. So I give this a 4.
Okay.
So that brings us to the end of episode 2.
Yes. So now we will do our Netflix randomizer
using allflix.net. So again, the rules are we have to watch whatever movie pops up on random, unless it's a documentary or it's a repeat.
But did we turn off documentaries?
We can't.
The other one we could, but not this one.
Yeah, this one we can't. So if a documentary rolls, we just re-roll.
Just skip it. We're being 100% real here. Trust me, I don't want to watch these movies. But
yeah,
I'm dealing
as
with
this
it.
week showed. Like, I'm praying something good comes up. So rolling. I'm super nervous.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. The Pact? Ooh, okay, I can do this. I haven't seen it, but it's on my list.
It's a horror movie.
And I love horror movies.
So the description for The Pact is feeling obligated to return home for the funeral of the mother she despised. Annie soon senses an evil presence in her childhood home.
Ooh.
So I'm excited about this because we haven't done a horror movie yet. We've done a lot of dramas. We've done
one comedy and a child movie.
Yeah.
Which that child movie wasn't even. I thought it was going to be a comedy.
I thought so too. No, that was really depressing. Okay, so the first movie is going to be 2012's The Pact.
So excited for this.
So we're going to roll another. You probably want to write that down. Yeah.
As we speak.
Okay, and do the other roll.
Melanie.
Oh no, it's a stand-up special. So
sweet.
No, I don't think we'll do.
No, I know that's what I'm saying. Sweet, because that didn't sound like something I wanted to watch.
Okay, this is a children's family movie called Bad Hair Day from 2015.
Ooh. We're not watching that together. We can't do two children's movies in a month together.
Okay, so this one is Nerdy Monica's dreams of prom glory wither when she wakes her unruly hair. Wakes with unruly hair and then gets entangled with a cop, a jewel thief, and a priceless necklace. I don't know where this is going.
Sounds like a bad hair day and a bad day. Look at this kid.
Okay, so
an hour and a half of some treachery and debauchery.
Fuck. Okay. All right.
I just like the word debauchery.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I give you that. Okay, so that's our first 2 movies, and our third movie. It's a documentary, so we have to skip.
That looks like a documentary. No, it's not. Fuck. Yeah, this could be good. Those guys look kind of BA.
Okay, how would you pronounce it? That's Spanish.
Oveja Negra?
Okay. Yeah,
but I don't think you say the V. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 ranch hands fed up with the abusive boss hatch a plan to get away with some quick cash, but the boss's son and a new flame complicate things. So I don't have my contacts on right now. Okay, so this looks like it might be a Spanish heist movie type of thing.
Yeah, and now, like, looking at the picture, I actually feel really good about this.
Yeah, and it's from 2009.
This is the week we've been waiting for, guys.
I don't think so, but hopefully. And again, we like to end the podcast with that roll just so you can watch the movies beforehand.
If you like, but at least have a heads up of what we will be doing next week. And just so you know how genuine we are, we'd rather do it on the podcast now. Than on our own away from the podcast. Yeah. All right, guys, but thank you for tuning in for another week of Every Movie Ever with
Michael Cwick
and Chad Whitney. And shout out to Artifacts. He produced the opening and exit theme for our podcast.
As well as our logo.
And thanks, All Flicks. You know, that feature on the internet is super dope.
You can find us at everymovieever.simplecast.fm.
Yep, or on Twitter at EME Podcast.
Yep. And then we also have a Facebook page, so subscribe to all those if you can. And thank you for listening this week.
Every movie ever.
I hope he cuts that out to put the music in.